The movie doesn't have a great deal to do with Jiu Jitsu.
What?
I'm just letting the audience in gently. They'll realise it's fuck all to do with Jiu Jitsu by the 4-minute mark.
But you got to cushion the blow.
You got to cushion it, otherwise they're just like, no!
God, no.
I came here to learn about the Japanese martial art.
And to love.
And to learn to love. At long last. Why else do you come? To see the pools, the love pools.
Why else would you come if not for love?
Exactly. Oh my god, that is actually profound. Now, I'm going to name some martial arts, and I want you to pitch a movie that could be called that.
Okay.
Mixed wrestling.
So, 50-50?
Yeah.
And win-win?
Yep, both.
The whole film is going to be you watching the latter whilst saying the name of the former.
That will be a very mixed wrestling experience.
Yeah.
Socially speaking, it's very much the equivalent of a half Nelson.
It's socially speaking, it's a standard night out for us.
Next sport, gun ownership. Next martial art.
Gun ownership.
Gun ownership. What's the film?
So Charlton Heston's back. He's there in the film, and he's played by Christian Bale. And they just keep yelling at each other over my dead body and get off the set.
Those 2 lines.
Yeah.
Just constantly throughout the entire thing. It won every Oscar for acting.
It's amazing how watchable it is.
It's hypnotic. Finally, fencing. Martial art fencing.
The martial art fencing. Tom Hanks is in this one. He's playing the shaman. And you've got Iko Uwais. He's in there. And basically every fight is Tom Hanks besting Iko Uwais. And Iko Uwais going, no, truly, you are the master of fencing.
Well, they think that. He's saying something in Indonesian, but the subtitles say, God, you're good. Which doesn't explain how angry he seems, but nevertheless.
Yeah, he's kicking everything.
Just trying to get out of the set.
Tom Hanks just keeps laughing and laughing and laughing.
Explain everything.
Yeah.
It's a maddening vision of Iko Uwais' eventual descent into the underworld. And that's just how we're starting right here on One Good Thing. Podcast that does know how to grapple dudes, if you know what I'm saying.
Nope.
I'm Paul Pinham.
I don't worry about what I don't remember.
Pinham. We are concluding our big-butted celebration of the worst of 2020, except for that and that, with Dmitry Logofitis', yep, that was seamless, science fiction martial arts film. Fuck yeah, I'm writing before seeing it. Jiu Jitsu.
Fuck yeah, seamless, all of it.
Perfect read. Eat your fucking heart out, Charlton Heston. Possibly dead prick.
The comet you see in the sky right now passes over the Earth every 6 years and causes a portal. But when it's open, you get a visitor from a distant galaxy. A poet warrior in the sci-fi sense. The spaceman. He comes here looking for a fight with you. The chosen Jiu Jitsu. If he doesn't get it, he stays and he kills everything. That is Alien Politics 5 through 15.
The film stars Elaine Moussi, Frank Grillo, and Juju Chan, and Tony Jaa and Nicolas Cage.
Wow, those guys. I know them from films.
God, I can't wait to see them star in this movie.
What could they possibly bring to this? Tony Jaa probably more believably so. But anyway.
He was probably on set a day longer.
4 days.
No word on the production. These aren't AAA movies we're covering here.
It's filmed in Cyprus.
Yeah, partially shot in Cyprus with, and I'm quoting Wikipedia here, glimpses of ancient temples in Burma.
Ooh, well, that's nice.
They revisited the burned wreckage of the Street Fighter the movie set. Got a couple of shots.
Found some of JCVD's old baggies. Licked them inside out. I went, let's make a movie, everyone.
Been inside of Kylie Minogue. God, he snorted them directly from inside of her. It's the worst hell, that production. It was a lot worse than we let on in our episode.
Sad that Kylie Minogue was still in Burma after all this time.
That he'd left her there and she'd not found her way back. Relatively close to Australia, comparatively.
Yeah.
Compared to Belgium.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Yeah.
But she'd tell you she doesn't live in Australia anymore and doesn't even know what it is.
She refuses. She'd rather accept this Burmese hellhole that she's been banished to than possibly return to Australia.
Or Myanmar, I guess. We should probably...
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I can't remember. Man, that's like 200 episodes ago, and I think I just called you Mun. Come on, Mun.
No, it's Myanmar now. It's like Mumbai, Bombay. It's Myanmar, not Burma.
Myanmar.
And I don't care what anyone in this production says. Fucking Myanmar.
I'll tell you one thing I have plenty of detail about, though, and that's critical hatred.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nick Shagger, or possibly Shager,
Whoa!
but I'm going with Shagger.
Lads!
At the Daily Beast.
Fuck yeah. You should work for Loaded or something.
You can hear his drum procession coming long before he enters the screening.
Erection precedes him.
Indebted to arcade fighting hits that prize complicated button-mashing combos over serious characterizations and drama. Now, when I was a kid at the arcade, I actually went to the arcade machines that emphasized serious characterization and drama. I went to the Kramer versus Kramer machine. I always played as Kramer.
It's weird because I always went as Kramer.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
That was a very specialist moveset.
Yeah.
You had to know the combos for that one. Oh, you couldn't just mash on the emotional vulnerability button.
Someone's never played a video game.
Public, meanwhile, expected Nicolas Cage and Tony Jaa to be in it.
Yeah.
Whoops. Never mind. They also didn't like it. Simon Lamb at Google said,
Lads.
"Wow, this is such a bad film. How can you take such a great cast of fighters and make such a bad film?" Yeah, funny that.
Question.
How could you? How could you take mostly martial arts and stuntmen and fail to make a compelling drama?
It'd be weirdly acted and janky.
You'd have thought. Especially when the man filming it, the cinematographer and the editor were also stuntmen. It's just inexplicable. Tell you what, though, speaking of great fighters, Nicolas Cage is a fucking fiveman.
Fuck yeah. He's a fightman.
He's a fighting fiveman. Yeah, he's had a couple of reprieves for Vampire's Kiss, I feel. I've counted it here. But, well...
Only lasts so long.
I'll leave it to the...
Goodwill.
We'll see how many more dreadful films he does.
Alright, cool.
Alright, fine, he's a foreman. The film has 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, 27% on Metacritic, and apparently made $96,000 on a $25 million budget.
Oops.
How?
Budgets do factor in the wages of the stars, right?
Yeah. It's got to be 10 mil for Cage and 10 mil for Jaa, and 5 mil for everyone else, and everything else.
10 for Cage, 5 for Jaa. As he goes, no, great. You are better than me at fighting.
Said his subtitle in real life. So Paul, you extended cameo.
I can't. I didn't do a thing. I didn't write down a thing, Paul. I was trying to think of a Nick Cage line from this movie, but do you know what? I can't think of a Nick Cage line from this movie.
Crazy, just like me. Oh, God. Paul, why did you suggest that we watch this?
Because I saw the trailer, and it really looked like it would be so bad that it was good. So bad that it was good.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I love it when films are so bad that it was good. And I thought it would be some silly action, well, some decent action with some trained fight boys. Frank Grillo's in it. I always love him. And Nick Cage being Nick Cage, because they do show some of Nick Cage being Nick Cage in it. And I thought, hey, if even half of the movie is like this, then should be okay.
Having Nick Cage in it.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out how that went.
Oh.
First of all, I'd just like to recount my experience at the beginning of this movie. I'm trying to remember it now, actually. It's been a couple of days since I wrote this, but there's a production logo psych out. What is it? It's, there's one of the production logos that really makes you feel like you've started the film, and then it turns out to be just a production logo, and you think, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm not going to get tricked out by the next one. And the next one is like a graphic novel.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I see what they're going with here. It's going to be like a DC thing. And that's the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
What do you want?
That's it. It stars. It stars the first one. And then a crappy-looking spaceship goes through it. And it's like, huh. I guess they really didn't have much money for a special effect. And then it's like Dreamborks. Dreamborks.
Spelled the exact same, but it's Dreamworks. It's East Berlin.
There's a slight pronunciation that almost looks like the stars. From the background over the W that gives it away. Oh Christ! Well,
unknown letter. Yeah. So and then we cut to another production logo. Surely there's a comet going through space. Oh no, wait. We're 3 minutes into the movie. Okay. It's going towards a thing that looks like Earth.
It looks like a child's drawing of Earth.
Yeah.
Great. There's some great late 90s era CGI to establish this firmly in the canon of the sci-fi original movies of the late 90s. And we've got our hero who's being chased by an invisible alien who can't shoot spinning discs well, but he can shoot spinning discs a lot.
He can shoot so many of them, even when it's better for him not to. He just can't stop.
Even against his interests, it's really horrible. That machine, he could just there's go and there's stop, and it takes a minute to stop. So
yeah, but
he just doesn't.
Behold in awe as Alain Mussy runs a bit around a corner, and the camera slows down so we can see him do the bit of a run, and then it speeds up again so we can do the run,
Dan.
ever so slightly faster, and then that's it. That goes on for about 78 minutes, and he dives off a cliff.
He jumps off a cliff hilariously.
Trained fight man.
He does it unconvincingly. At which point, he gets picked up by Nicolas Cage's hat that pulls him from the lake. And can I just say that after the last two movies, I'm really loving the fact that we're 7 minutes in and nothing has been said so far.
Yeah.
But, all good things must come to an end. So Cage disappears because when they had that crappy fishing hut he gets taken to, they didn't have Cage.
Yeah.
For the 2 days they had the hut. They couldn't reschedule the hut, so...
Cage was happy to go to Cyprus, but not to Myanmar. So, brilliant. Shittest army in the world takes over from Cage. We've got Comic Relief Guy, who's the worst man on earth. And then we have Overweight Sergeant, who's not a soldier. And we have other guy who's Marc Warren from Northampton. And they all say something.
Know his name. Is he a neighbour of yours?
He's the guy from Hustle and...
oh, right.
He's in Band of Brothers for a bit, and also
I thought he's just a
Green
neighbour.
Street. No, he's.
Oh, we got Marc Warren's post again. Can you take it over? Right, Mum. Get on your bike.
Are you in Green Street? No. And so Comic Relief Guy just keeps talking and talking, doesn't he?
Oh, he's having a go at it.
Some canned chili, Sarge. You want some? Get your ass out here and tell me what this woman's saying. Hey, woman, what you saying? She ain't saying shit, Sarge.
He's a bad translator because, unfortunately, he fails to pick up the fact that the old lady who rescued the soldier is trying to introduce the premise of the film.
Yeah.
Predator.
Yeah, Predator through a temple.
And there's one other person in this army base, and that's no-nonsense lady type.
Yes.
How did you wind up with that injury?
I can't remember.
Enjoy her while she's about.
You can only imagine that she's also a martial artist. You don't get to see it, but from the performance, you just have to assume.
She's a stunt woman.
Yeah.
But it's stunts like if a character has to fall over.
Yeah.
They bring a stunt person in. She's really good at horse racing, but it just didn't come up in there.
Yeah. And she said as well, and Lanthanitis was like, yes, we'll find a use for you. Sit on this chair.
Kept a horse on set the whole production. Did nothing.
He was just stroking it and feeding it sugar cubes.
Can I feed it a sugar cube? No. It's a directing horse.
Horsey says no. Oh, fuck, yes it was. Not a very good one, though. So, yeah.
Anytime you see a bad movie, it's because the directing horse wasn't up to snuff. God, our hero... Well, he does some fighting, some non-jiu-jitsu fighting.
Yeah.
And his opponents all just wait patiently to get punched one at a time. Yeah. But Lady Type shows up and does some Arya Stark shit with a syringe and Night Kings him.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, well, time to have enough of that fighting business. Let's have some more awkward dialogue between everybody that doesn't really amount to anything.
Nope, that's the conversation we're having a few minutes ago.
Who are you working for? Why are you here?
Do you remember anything? No.
Okay. Well, anyway, here's Tony Jaa, everyone, to fucking break him out.
Oh, shit.
And he turns up, and oh my god, the number of people he kicks Paul. Count him, you can, because every impact is slow motion. He runs a bit in normal speed, and then he does a kick through the air. And, there's nothing better, Paul, than watching a trained martial artist move at half speed.
You can really get a sense of how quick he's probably moving in real life.
Yeah. Are my ears compacting from the constant with every slow motion impact? Who knows?
Who knows? My synapses are collapsing.
What?
But we've got him kicking a whole array of very polite gun-wielding soldiers who wait to be kicked by him. And then he reunites with our hero, who at this stage, I guess, doesn't have amnesia because of how, immediately he just goes with him. So it's either that or he's just a massive yes-ander.
You never forget how to fight Paul, and he holds a goal. Anyway, but then he gets so far, but then he's captured again, and he's taken right back to where we started at the beginning of the movie.
That skipped out 10 notes.
You're welcome.
Including the introduction of most of the ancillary characters.
They're introduced. They are introduced.
Well, I have this from Wikipedia. While we had a glimpse of it in the previous fighting, their departure from the base confirms that Jake, too, is skilled in the art of using his limbs to prevent others from doing the same.
Thanks, Google Translate.
Thank you, director of this film, who wrote this Wikipedia entry. But yes, they manage to escape because a small explosion happens, and he meets his team.
Yes.
Oh, and he can't remember them. And his name is Jake. Oh, Christ.
What?
Jacob. I think Nick Cage insists he's only willing to remember one character name.
He doesn't mention any of the other names. Fortunately, we at OGT have remembered them as Tay Diggs, Skinhead, Patton Oswalt, Lady from Wu Assassin, and Frank Grillo.
Fucking love it. They escape somehow, and then they lazily wander into some more polite guys with guns.
You guys.
But also a lot more guys who I guess do not have guns, because they just come in to get kicked. And they do some kicks and plug-in effects.
Yeah, little secret bit of info here. Not every soldier gets a gun.
Ah.
Some of them have to rely on strength of will alone.
It's
Some
a
of them have
massive
to use the
psych out.
secret.
If ISIS ever figure out that only 3 guys in the army have guns, then we're all fucked.
We're done for, yeah.
Oh, Christ. But yes, he gets captured again.
Who the hell were those Jedi Knights that just took out my entire unit?
I don't know.
And then we get to do some Predator stuff.
Yeah.
With plugins. And Army Dude. Is this Frank Grillo? Army Dude? No, it's not. It's like guy who's on the good army. The bad army. Whatever. He has a showdown with the fucking alien. And manages to almost get away with the encounter thanks to convenient and obvious machine gun he secreted about the scene. Just lying out there.
Yeah. The ancient art of.
Because the, not Shang Tzu. That's the Mortal Kombat character. Who wrote The Art of War?
Sun Tzu.
Shang Tsung, that was it.
Yeah, Liu Kang.
Sun Tzu's Art of War. Keep a massive machine gun about.
Because
you never know when it might need it.
Yeah. So that's all going on. And, what the fuck happens next, Paul?
Well, the army dude, the army dude shoots him up with a machine gun, but he's T-1000ing, but only it looks worse 30 years on.
It really does. It really does.
And the army dude gets killed by warm hands. Oh no, I love that guy.
I do not remember.
Oh. Nope. The subtitle comes up, Chapter 3, Rabbit Hole. Oh fuck, is this going to be entirely about them struggling to get over the death of army guy? No, psych, because Lady Type dies right away and no one gives a fuck.
Oh,
Can
fuck.
nothing heal my sadness? Oh god, it's Nicolas Cage.
Here he is.
That's my favorite chair. I knew you'd find it comfortable.
He's been sitting in a chair in front of a trap door for 30 years, waiting for someone to fall through it, and now this guy has.
Yeah.
And he says lots of stuff, and his stunt double does some fighting.
His small, skinny Asian stunt double. His Mad Dog from the Raid. Yeah, it's very good. Lots of very, very good non-revealing wide cuts. And he says some more things like, we're the same. 6 years ago when I fought Brax. Let that sink in.
It's almost like a shitty infomercial there. When I fought Brax, I needed maximum support. That's why I buy. He
surrendered the last time they fought Brax, because basically Brax, he fights 9 heroes, and then if they fight him, he won't devour the world.
Yeah.
But Nick Cage surrendered, and so he thought he was crazy, so that's fine. But main guy ran away, despite all of his kicks that he can do. You've seen him. You've seen allusions to them. He ran away. Like an absolute chump would.
What an absolute bastard.
Yeah, I know. So Brax is here to devour the world.
Yeah, he's going to kill everyone. One at a time. Yeah. It's going to take fucking ages.
He's so noble. He has such a sense of honor. He's not going to be able to use those
blade things to do it, so he's going to have to go one by one. You know what? It's quicker without these.
There's going to be a shot of him turning up at a mall and just shooting 500 of them and not hitting a thing. Like, he'll hit like a toy plane thing that a kid's in. Pop a balloon, a cake will be ruined, God. But yeah, it's not going to get much worse than that. So this is the time to strike, says Nick Cage. We can definitely beat him if we all fight him and die, or we try and kill him.
Oh,
okay.
There's a dilemma. So yeah, they walk over to where the alien's going to be, to the climax essentially. Except the alien's already here, so I don't know what the fuck.
And we've still got 48 minutes to go.
He changes into his Dennis Hopper cosplay and delivers some more exposition. It gets a bit complicated, but essentially, you gotta fight the alien.
You really got to.
Gotta fight it. How come? Gotta leave in 12 minutes.
Seriously, I got a flight booked. Yeah. Tony Jaa turns up. He's got a shoulder wound. I don't remember that happening, but he's okay, everyone.
Fuck it. Everyone continues to not get the idea that Jake has forgotten everything for a long time.
Are you really asking me who I am?
Yeah.
Really? You don't know them?
The Valley of the Temples. You don't even remember that?
You know us.
I don't think he does. I don't know how much you forgot, but it better not be this. The main thing is to focus. You remember how to do that?
Brax, you know what that is, right?
I had a plan.
Don't tell me.
You forgot the plan.
It was your plan, Drake.
Look, just assume that unless I say, oh yeah, I don't remember shit. Oh
Yeah.
god. But they realise that their only chance to really beat this thing is to split up and fight it one at a time.
Despite establishing earlier on that he's completely okay with more than one person fighting him at once.
One at a time, goddammit. You guys have got to keep going. To what? To where? The climax.
The runtime.
Look, I'm not worried. I really feel like these tertiary characters have probably got this. Oh no, warm hands! Ah!
No, Patton Oswalt. you had so much to live for.
There's a bit of downtime, so there's time for some character moments here. Oh yeah, fuck it, let's do it with Nicolas Cage. What could go wrong?
I know something you don't know. I know that the spaceman actually likes you. And by running, you allowed him to come here and kill the innocent. That's on you.
Jake flashes back to when the director was experimenting with a spinning camera thing. That didn't last long. It was a crazy weekend. Also, the Predator killed a friend of his, and he got scared, so he ran away into the prologue. And that's you all caught up.
Yeah, brilliant.
Just remember the one thing you always have with Jiu Jitsu. Leverage.
Cage uses the word leverage, which is a bad movie nexus that I wasn't expecting to be in.
Uh-oh.
Don't say it 3 times whilst looking in a mirror, or Turl will appear behind you.
They've got the face-off link already. You know, Nick Cage, if they did do a Battlefield Earth remake, I can't think of anyone better to come and play Turl than...
Oh shit, they could swap roles. Oh no, Nick Cage is already in Face Off. Shit.
Yeah, I did have
Damn
that
it.
thought as I was saying the Turl bit, but fuck it. John Travolta is both characters in Face Off now because Nick Cage is Turl.
It's really shit. Why did you go to the effort of replacing his face? He's been playing both roles. They just lift a John Travolta face off and move over to a John Travolta body and put it back down again. Oh, that's pretty good. Wait, Nicolas Cage, you're the Doctor. Yeah.
Fucking Inception,
Why,
motherfuckers.
does that blow your mind?
John Woo is just dead. He died midway through.
He died trying to write the script. But look, they're going to fight the alien again, and holy fuck, there's a second fighty lady that I genuinely didn't notice was part of the group until now.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of time, though, because she dies,
Yeah.
which really upsets Marvel's Crossbones.
Yeah, no.
Into actually doing a thing to try and help. But oh no, he's dead now.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's Frank Grillo, everyone.
That's Frank Grillo, and that's the second lucrative franchise he's been murdered in.
Yeah, This and Warrior.
He will be appearing in the extended Jiu Jitsu universe.
So yeah, he dies immediately. Very, very, very trained in jiu-jitsu guy Frank Grillo dies having done no jiu-jitsu. He does give Brax the fingers though, and that is the middle finger on each hand, not some weird sex thing. Get out of here, audience.
Get on both of these. Well, after Tony Jaa's turn to fight the Predator, yeah, go Tony.
Yeah.
Well,
he wasn't very good.
He just kind of stops. And then Nicolas Cage fights the Predator. Sorry, Nicolas Cage's stunt double fights the Predator.
Yeah. You get a couple more close-up shots that actually are Nick Cage, which are, even though they're a third of the speed, are just way more interesting and better than the wide shots of not Nick Cage doing it. But anyway, Nick Cage dies.
No!
But Honor, he gets his back broken and his throat slit. There's a lot going on. Nick Cage is actually dead now in real life. John Travolta's playing him in all subsequent
and
films.
in his own actual life. But look, Fighty Lady still hasn't gotten the hang of the amnesia thing, and so she explains eventually that Nick Cage was actually his dad.
Yeah, wow.
Star Wars!
It all makes sense now.
Sexual
everything that
tension
happened.
between them.
The fact that he kept calling him my son, my beautiful son.
There's a lot of sexual tension that needs to be made out now, so that's why main guy makes out with dead Nicolas Cage. But oh shit, 3 guys show up.
Oh no.
3 guys from earlier whom I don't remember. One of them's comic relief guy.
Hooray, I'm glad he's still here. Did someone say franchise?
Someone say Transformers. Because, oh shit, the main guy has a sword now. He's basically won.
Oh, thank God.
But no, he doesn't need swords, really. He defeats him with the ancient art of elbow fighting.
Where's Tony Jaa?
There's a hilarious moment where it turns out the alien has never seen fire before, is completely flummoxed by the concept.
They've never thought of fire. The warriors were too noble. They put an hole in him.
Yeah, they put a hole in him, stuff a grenade up it, and then kick him into his portal, and Tony Jaa remanifests. And yay, that was the prize. That was the prize for winning the fight, is you get more Tony.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, he's back and he sort of goes, And then,
oh, I'm here. He's disappointed.
Yeah. And then comic relief guy comes back out and says, "Hey everyone, who wants a drink? Just me? Okay, well I love to talk when I drink, so I'm going to just keep doing that while you all walk off and sometimes stare at me like you actually want to kill me in real life. Hey, how's everyone going?"
If this is your idea of Christmas, I gotta be here for New Year's. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. And it actually plays the end of Die Hard.
and the film's suddenly amazing. It ends with comic relief guy staring at the portal and saying, "See you in 6 years."
Yeah, the movie.
So you've got that to look forward to.
Let's hope Kill Bill style, they kind of just let that one lapse. Oh man, so Paul, what did you think of Jiu Jitsu?
Oh,
Jiu Jitsu.
Snore. It's very. It was on the dull side
Yeah.
of the films, wasn't it, Paul?
Yeah.
It promised a movie where there would be jiu-jitsu.
At a very basic level, it did promise as much.
And the trailer did suggest that there was going to be a lot of fighting.
I can think of two things wrong with that title.
And also that there was going to be a lot of silliness. And there wasn't any silliness, really. There was a couple of bits of Nick Cage moving his hand in front of his face.
True.
And doing that, "I'm not dead, I'm me" kind of face.
You look puzzled. Are you puzzled? I mean, I get it. I'm puzzled. I'm real puzzled. His mind's all messed up. He's crazy. Like me.
He doesn't do it much anymore.
No.
He has moments. It's hard to sustain that for 6 weeks of filming.
Yeah, especially when you're only on set for 3 days. And, but it had that thing of when everyone is a martial artist.
It means that no one is.
Everyone is a bad actor. That's what my gran used to say. And it means some janky acting,
Yeah.
and it feels like it's that problem of being written and directed by a guy whose first language is not English. So he can't write believable lines, and he doesn't know when to get another take of an unconvincing line.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't know when his main actor just has a bit of indigestion.
yeah, that's so
Like
fucking powerful.
intensity there.
Yeah, and then on top of that, the only halfway decent actor in it, well, other than Nick Cage on a good day, Frank Grillo, had 3 army man lines and then is killed immediately. So
Yes. That was unfortunate.
yes,
I think it's very cheap,
yes,
pretty awkward, and it's fairly derivative. But it's kind of fun. It could have been better, a lot better, especially if they had developed any of the characters or even just made them a little bit more eccentric or individual. Kind of reminds me of Mean Guns. There's a good premise there and some good bits that are kind of like what the premise demands.
yeah.
But there's no polish or really any creativity.
Yeah.
There's some good kicking.
There
here and
are
there.
some good kicks. I wish they didn't slow-mo on literally every hit.
Yeah, that was a shame. It was very 300.
The appeal is you like seeing martial artists move quickly, like faster than normal people can.
Yeah, that's what you get from Ong Bak. And
Yeah.
Ong Bak would do that thing where Tony Jaa would do an awesome kick, and then it would show it again in slow motion.
Yeah. It's like one-upping the Jackie Chan style.
I don't know, there's like this interesting thing of our main character being a coward, but then they get around it with the fact that he's lost his memory, so, oh no, he's not a coward, old him was a coward, and it was very hackneyed.
Oh, extremely.
The fearfulness doesn't then impact on any of his decisions, it's not something he really struggles with. I think, overall, there's a lack of cynicism and a lack of skill.
Yeah.
The fact that it's near non-stop action, I think demonstrates that they had an idea of what they wanted to do, Martial Arts Predator. And ironically, a better film and a worse film would have both had fewer and shorter action sequences.
Yeah.
The fact that it's just constant action means, they wanted this to be fun and exciting, I think. They just didn't really know how to do that.
Yeah.
And the result is just a little bit,
Well, it's funny because in my mind it just didn't register as near constant action. So much of it registered as turgid, tedious downtime. And it might be because those moments were just faff. There was nothing like all the time wasted on the interrogation and capturing him and taking him back.
Yeah.
They still managed to say absolutely nothing about the characters, so we knew completely nothing about them.
Yeah, it was terrible, and the love interest thing was nothing.
Yeah.
It was very poor in that respect. But there was, if you went and measured the amount of time spent in fighting in this, then I really do think that you'd be in the upper 60s at the very least in terms of percentiles.
I think you're right. It just even the fighting for me managed to be pretty boring, and it was mostly the way it was shot and edited,
and it wasn't very well paced.
Yeah.
I mean, there's several moments, several times where it really feels like a fight is winding down, only for it to then pick up again.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, like a whiplash that you feel.
The fun thing about this is seeing all these characters and going, oh, I wonder how they're going to fight.
Yeah, they should be different, right?
Yeah.
They got some different weapons. 2 of them are good to look at, and I'll get to that in quickfire. 2 of them are fight. Oh, 3 with Tony Jaa.
I've got a few notes about that. Definitely.
There's not much individuality to them.
No, I just think of the Raid or the Raid 2, when the character shows up and holy fuck, she has hammers. What's going to happen?
Hammer lady.
Yeah.
Deaf hammer lady. Anything could happen.
But in this, it's just, ultimately, if all these characters would have been reduced to dummies fighting, I wouldn't have been able to tell them apart, except for maybe Tony Jaa.
Yeah.
Who did more leaps.
Based on the weapon. The weapons that some of them have, I'd been able to pick them out. But yeah, this is why I say they don't have to be better characters. They just have to be more eccentric. Something just a little bit more crazy so that you can pick them out. But it's not great. It's disappointing. It has a fun little premise. Martial arts predator. There's something to it. Yeah. But it just didn't really have. I believe it didn't have the skill set to really pull it off in terms of its writing or its filming of action sequences. Guy who directed John Wick did a good job. Not every stuntman can be a director. That's something we need to bear in mind. But with that having been said, maybe we should quickfire. Yeah. Quickfire. Oh, I really love the awesome production logo for the Highland Film Group. It was like a row of pipers, and then the front one is like this girl silhouette that like steps away, and yeah, I really like that.
Cool. Well.
So that shows the barrel. That's near the bottom of the barrel that I'm scraping at there.
This is the bar for the day. Watch us hop over it lackadaisically. If this was intentional, then great. I don't think it is, but I still liked the effect. The comet in the night sky looked like a comic book animation superimposed on a real night sky. Right. And obviously, it was just something superimposed on the night sky, but it looked like it was coming from a graphic novel, and that was the intention. Yeah. So I liked that.
I like the fact that comet is there several times, and then eventually near the end, someone's like, haven't you noticed that comet? And I was like, Jesus, was that meant to be subtle?
Fucking Myanmar. Chemtrails.
Comic Relief Guy did have one line I liked.
Oh?
He's completely failing to translate anything that's being said.
Oh, it might be the same one that I have.
Oh, that's interesting. But at one point, he's like, I thought you were a translator. And he says,
this woman has very poor communication skills.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too. I laughed, and Nell sort of looked at me as if to say, I don't know you anymore. It's me. It's the poster.
I just imagine you for some reason singing "Ain't No Mountain High Enough," just singing the theme tune to whatever film we're watching while she's just looking miserable.
I will say it.
Movie.
I was mostly fine with this movie. It wasn't frustrating at all because compared to the last 2 fucking weeks.
Oh fuck me!
This was
it was a breath of fresh air.
This is being kissed on the balls by Jesus in comparison. He's very soft and tender.
God, he is. He really, yeah. And you look at it, and it's the first time ever you've not minded the look of your own balls. Gosh, they're pretty good. Thanks, Jesus.
Thanks, Jesus, for everything.
Thanks for the help with the body dysmorphia.
And for dying for our sins.
You're welcome. He's got a jetpack.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Thanks for dying for our sins, the help with the body dysmorphia, and for the jetpack.
You left me once.
Okay, some good fight stuff. Just in general, Alain Moussi had landed some good blows, some very convincing kicks.
Yep, good punching.
Yeah.
Good, parrying.
Powerful stuff. So yeah, good on him there.
Yep, I'll say Tony Jaa still looks pretty good doing all this stuff.
Oh yeah, he does.
He's good at very quick exchanges and such. He still looks like a tough guy. I remember that Fast and Furious movie he was in. I remember the fight with Paul Walker inside of the van being like the only moment of decent fight choreography in that movie, where I was just like, oh shit, that looked good. Yeah. I remember how fights look.
Yeah. Holy shit.
I like you, Tony Jaa. Please be in better movies. Yeah. Well, I still haven't seen Triple Threat, so...
No, I want to, because at least if it's him, Iko Uwais, and, what's his name? Less famous
Kit guy. I'll find out. You carry
on. Okay, so, yeah, the oneer...
Margot Kidder.
Wow. The oneer of Tony Jaa, it was a cool idea, and there were some great moments in it. It was... The editing... Not the editing, just the camera work made it sluggish, which is a really strange feeling.
Tiger Chen.
Oh yeah, okay, that kind of rings a bell.
Yeah, well, he's Yuan Wu-Ping's protege, Keanu Reeves' teacher and friend. Aww. And Uma Thurman's stunt double. So
Uma Thurman's deep lover.
He's got a great butt.
Fuck yeah.
You said that. You can't
Deep pan
take
lover.
that away from him.
So yeah, the one was kind of sluggish,
Yeah.
weirdly because of the camera work, but yeah, the athleticism from Tony Jaa was pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, 2 people whose fighting I like. I liked Lady, the lady who's it turns out to be his love interest. I didn't catch her name.
Juju Chan.
Oh yeah, she does. That's it. Yes, she does some good stuff. She does a thing where she like jumps off of one person to kick another.
Yep.
That was a good move. I like her in general, and I really like the black guy whose name I also didn't get, who uses a stick, like a metal staff throughout the film. He's awesome.
Maurice Crump.
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 Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, he was great. I really liked the way he moved himself.
Yeah, he looked very good when he was showing off his moves. What do you call that when a martial artist, say he's got some swords, before the fight, he just starts spinning them around and go, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, it's like a kata, right? It's like
Is it just? Is there a name for like flexing before a fight?
I don't know.
Pre-fight flex, PFF. But yeah, Juju Chan, she was one of the best bits in Wu Assassin, which was not a very good show, but she was one of those people who, when she suddenly moved, you went, oh fuck, okay, this is exciting. And the first thing she did in this movie, I think, was just do a roll and then throw a knife at somebody. And she moved very, very neatly. Just everything she did was precise, and it was exciting to watch. I did enjoy the wide, like the cut to wide of some Asian guy in a wig in place of Nick Cage. It almost felt like it was intentional, and I enjoyed it.
You gotta love that, like Leslie Nielsen or something. Okay, right. This is the alien suit did look quite rubbish for a lot of the time, but I do appreciate that it's a practical alien suit. It's very canon. It felt very canon films, or like fucking Roger Corman. You know, we've made the suit. We got like Rick Baker to make it on like a weekend he had free. Now we got to shoot it in.
We went for Rick Baker, but got Danny Baker.
Danny Baker showed up. He did his best, and he's just trying to redeem himself for having killed Bob Marley, and we all appreciate it. And yeah, I think he did a good job. And now we're going to use it in every shot of this fucking movie. Like, oh god, it's superb. I really appreciated that. It was campy.
There was janky CGI on his suit occasionally, which was bad. But
with like smoke and stuff coming out. Yeah.
God, and they could have made him have a more menacing face, right?
Well, just a weird moon man look.
Squished moon face man, yeah. So there was in the Wanna, there was some artistry there to extend the Wanna with multiple takes, and by getting Alan Moosey to the camera would suddenly stop. It would go to a point of view shot of Alan Moosey, and there was some cool stuff there that reminded me a bit of Hardcore Henry when he's just blocking and kicking people off
in first person,
which is cool. Yeah, but it was cool, albeit went on for longer than it should have. But it would stop, the camera would, and then he would like leap forward and become part of the shot
it was
again.
Weird. I
found
it very distracting, but it was at least I wasn't completely invested, so I didn't mind too much.
No,
being sort of
half exactly. It was artistry, if a little fartistry.
It wasn't very successfully realised, I think, was the issue.
Wasn't very good.
It wasn't very good was the problem. But I do appreciate
But I appreciate the ambition, yeah.
There's a pretty shot, but kind of ridiculous as well, with the campfire near the end, where there's a giant moon in the sky. And I like the lighting, I like the way they've lit it, but I don't know why the moon is so big.
I did write down, and not just because of the moon, that it felt like a Mighty Boosh set.
Yes!
It felt like the, hey Rudy, do you think that was the new song? Or the new sound?
Yeah. And I appreciated that.
I think Frank Grillo actually gave a good performance.
Okay.
I do like him. He's a charming dude. Didn't get much chance to charm in this, but he was the only one delivering the lines in a way that felt like, oh, these might be things that people say.
Yeah.
So that was good.
I just didn't notice him, and I swear to God, I almost want to jingle for your ability to become fond of identical white grizzled dudes in movies. I would have had Frank Grillo to the list.
I'm just going to say, Paul, don't let Frank Grillo hear you say that. He's a mean motherfucker. How can you not recognize Frank Grillo? He was the trainer from Warrior.
It was literally his death scene. His death scene was the bit where I was like, oh, Oh, he was the trainer in Warrior. That's quite fun. Yeah. No, it was literally his death scene where I was like, oh, that's the guy from Marvel.
Yeah.
That's the Marvel guy.
He's in
Captain
Marvel.
America.
And also Warrior. Mostly Warrior.
Yeah.
Beethoven, Paul. There's a moment when actual Nick Cage is doing the Jiu Jitsus, or, just some blocking with Alan Moosey, and even though it was kind of slow, it looked a heck of a lot better than any cut to some dude in a wig.
Right.
Even though it was him slowly, trying to slap Alan Moosey on the side of the head and it getting blocked, and him blocking one of Alan Moosey's punches. It was still a thing that happened with the actor in the movie, and that was satisfying in comparison.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's Nick Cage or Juju Chan who says to Alan Moosey, "Don't worry so much about what you don't remember." Under his breath, immediately he replies, which is pretty much everything.
Don't worry so much about what you don't remember.
Which is pretty much everything.
The main thing is to focus.
Which I liked. One of the fight boys gets stabbed right through the face, and that looked quite good, even though it was all CGI. When Tony Jaa beckons Brax, with the Neo sort of come hither thing, he's got a mad energy in those eyes, and it's fucking great. Tony Jaa just doing his sniffs. Very, very
doing his sniffs.
Very aggressive energy. It's great. And there's a moment where Brax, after killing someone, bangs his sword and the blood sort of comes off the top of the sword, which is out of shot, but then it sort of falls through the foreground.
Pretty cool.
Which is cool. It's all CGI still, but that's a cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Cool. Okay. Well, our last thing then is one little moment of Nicolas Cage, kind of not mania but lunacy that we enjoyed.
Yeah.
Is just a little bit there where he's in the cave and he's trying to act crazy. I'm not entirely sure why. It's vaguely implied that the alien thought he was crazy because he surrendered and that's how he managed to live. And
anyone who surrenders is crazy.
He's been living down here, but more importantly, he's played by Nicolas Cage.
Mm-hmm.
So
obviously,
obviously, it's gonna happen. He could play a fucking accountant. He's gonna be the crazy accountant. So yeah, he says,
I mean, I've got my hobbies. I make hats out of newspapers. Look at this. You see the attention to detail? It's an art. It's a craft.
And he puts on this little newspaper hat and sort of, does a sort of open-armed kind of, what do you think? Kind of body language. And yeah, it's great.
There's just a lovely little moment of silence for reflection once it goes on his head.
I really want your honest opinion.
No, really, it would mean so much to me. Son, my beautiful son. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's really great. So, yeah, and that's pretty much all we've got to say about Jiu Jitsu. But what about the OG team?
Oh my god, the OG team.
OG team. OG team. OG team. Team team. OG team. Team team.
OG team. That's Mortal Kombat. They got nothing. They got nothing for us, Paul.
Fuck all. Absolutely nothing, because nobody watched this movie. Fair enough. Good night, all.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, fine. Well, in that case, I guess we can move on to the one better thing. The one better thing. Paul, what's your one of those?
My one of those is because I got thinking about how much I like Frank Grillo. Obviously, if you haven't seen Warrior, you really need to. It's probably his best role. Warrior is an incredible film. He's also used really well in Gavin O'Connor, director of Warrior's Pride and Glory. Very menacing beat cop. But very recently, a man called Joe Carnahan, who is capable of making some very good and some very bad movies.
Rings a bell.
He recently brought out Boss Level, which where Frank Grillo is I don't know what it is with 2020 being the year people keep releasing Groundhog Day premise movies. I don't know what it is about 2020 that made people think that they were
mind-numbing
worth telling a story like that. Yeah. But anyway, he's doomed to repeat the same day, which always ends with him getting murdered by a gang of mercenaries hired by Mel Gibson. And he has to sort of go through it, and as well as sort of developing his fight skills, there's a lovely little emotional story in there as well. It's just Frank Grillo. He's one of those guys I really want to succeed. I've really liked him ever since Warrior, and he's pretty charming in this as ever. It's a good lockdown movie. There's some janky moments, but for the most part, it's fairly satisfying, I think. And
good stuff.
Yeah,
I look forward to
worth a watch.
possibly recognizing him in his next appearance. For my one better thing, I'm going with Ryohei Kitamura's 2000 independent Japanese zombie action sci-fi freak-out fest versus. It's just a film that feels like it succeeds where this one failed, which is parts of it, the best parts of it feels like just a bunch of friends went to the woods and made a kick-ass action movie. Only the editing, the choreography, the special effects are just good in this one. It's what have you got? It's kind of Tarantino-esque. It's very 2000. It kind of feels like it preempts Kill Bill a little bit because it's just this eclectic mix of everything the directors loved, like Evil Dead and martial arts movies and samurai movies and, kind of gunfight movies. And it's about a prisoner who manages to escape with a fellow prisoner into the Forest of Resurrection, where there's a gate to hell that keeps bringing people back to life, whoever's killed there. And a bunch of Yakuza show up, having brokered some sort of deal, and it all goes to shit, and it gets crazy, and everyone starts fighting each other, and it's great. The performances are brilliant. It's very tongue-in-cheek, great sense of humor, and also quite exciting and fun. So yeah, I recommend Ryohei Kitamura's Versus.
Ryohei Kitafrank Grillo.
Kitafrank Grillo.
Yeah,
and
he's great in it.
That's all we've got to say about the Grillo. The one better thing. So, Paul, where can people find out about us, personally and intimately?
Frank Grillo is coming around to every one of your houses. He's got a lot to say about us, about the American dream, and I think you should really listen because he definitely actually punched Chris Evans a lot during those movies. And he's going to tell you that you need to go to Twitter and Facebook at OGT Pod, where you are going to hear everything you need to know about the films that we're going to be watching the following week.
A lot of shit about us.
Yeah. You're going to hear a lot of dirt about us just being slung left, right, and centre. Most of it's true. Not going to lie. But for the most part, I'm going to ask you to not believe it. Just to find us on iTunes and any good podcatcher, including Spotify nowadays, because we're super modern, yo. And just listen for yourself. Don't be a sheeple.
Yeah.
Don't be a spineless fish. And listen to us instead.
Fishpool.
Pull fish. No. The popular fish of the sheeple state. Listen to OGT. We have a Patreon where for as little as $1 a month you get exclusive access to content such as reviews of movies that we've just seen. Hopefully they're new. Recently we did Soul and Promising Young Woman. We have just released a discussion of the Snyder Cut. Justice League coming out on HBO Max.
Yep.
And all the sort of scoffing cynicism within. And we have also released a sneak peek preview of, well, it's not really a preview, it's an uncut version of our Texas Chainsaw Massacre Episode 1.
Yeah.
The Phantom Menace. And it's basically what the normies are going to be hearing for the Halloween special, but with all the crap jokes and asides and fluff-ups included.
All the stuff where we get too personal and regret it later, that's all in there.
Yeah.
No sampling.
Haven't
sampled yet, but it's just pure, uncut, unsheathed Paul.
Action. And if you listen to us and you think, yeah, I'd like to know what it's like if it was more rambling and disjointed, you can check that out for as little as $1 a month. Also check out Pulp Cthulhu on Roll to Cast, where I play a French man the size of Gerard Depardieu.
And Screen Mayhem, why not?
Yeah.
Where you can check out all of my stuff.
Including a great article that you wrote about the role and importance of the critic. I'd really recommend it. I'll put a link to it in the episode.
Best thing I've written this year, about 6 weeks ago. Go check it out. It's in there, and it's up here.
It's fucking banging.
It's never been more relevant. I'm Paul Stuff.
I've never been more relevant, Paul.
And remember, the one good thing about... What was this called? Jiu Jitsu. There we go. The one good thing about Jiu Jitsu is the bit where one fighter uses his opponent's weight and leverage to destable him. To distill him down to his core elements and drink him whole, and that man was Nicolas Cage.